The scenario was a underride with 4 people in the car, everybody alive, and 2 people on the bus. And we did that for a couple different reasons. One, it creates a larger incident than we normally get, and it allows all crews to have something to do for the entire length of the incident. And it's something that happens throughout the country.
The training session focused on a car versus school bus scenario. As I mentioned earlier, during a motor vehicle accident, it can be quite difficult to get to and remove the victim or victims.
If this bus starts to lift, we're going to lift it off of our cribbing. So somebody has to be able there to keep your stabilization set.
For this reason, training is paramount. In this scenario, we faced multiple victims in the car and in the bus. This scenario required our firefighters to consider many issues, all in a very short time span.
But when your crew gets there, what are you going to have your pumper operator do? What's your squad going to do? That's what you want to do when you initially get here.
What additional resources would be needed and which local departments would be able to provide them? 2. Which of the patients were injured the most and how many additional rescue squads would we need? 3. What is the safest way to stabilize the car and the bus? And 4. By what means would we be able to cut the vehicles apart with both patient and rescuer safety in mind? All of these questions need to be addressed very quickly. During a motor vehicle accident, our role is twofold. We need to secure the scene and determine how to get the victims free, and also of great importance, we need to function in our capacity as certified paramedics and provide patient care immediately, even before we can free the victims. What you are watching now is the application of various rescue tools. The Bedford Heights Fire Department has an assortment of tools we can utilize to deconstruct or cut apart an automobile. Commonly referred to as the jaws of life, we use spreaders to separate doors and push back crumpled dashboards. The cutters are used to cut through thick metal and to literally remove the roof if needed. A hydraulic ram is also used to push away the dashboard in an effort to free trapped victims. The longshores you see here are used to stabilize the vehicles so that they do not shift while we are accessing the patients. This stability protects both the patients and the rescuers.
I had our guys set up an extra strut where before, if you saw us, we were only doing strut to strut one. I talked to the people who manufactured our ratchet and webbing and explained to them yesterday what we were doing, because I had some other questions about that webbing. And they advised with the 2-inch webbing we have that if we're going to lift that thing or it's going to be off the ground, to use 2 struts on either side with 2-inch webbing. But he said with 3-inch webbing, we'd probably be good going 1-to-1, so we'd probably upgrade our webbing. Then I stopped that, and that's why I had my crew put a second strut up there, even though we had some cribbing underneath the bus.
High pressure and low pressure airbags are used to lift vehicles so that we can remove a hazard, in this case the school bus, to access the victims. These devices can be very dangerous if not used properly, so once again, training is key. These blocks of wood you see here, commonly referred to as cribbing, are placed underneath the vehicles once we lift them. After the cribbing is applied, we can be certain that the vehicles will no longer shift. Multiple types of hand tools, both powered and not powered, are also used to break glass and cut away metal. When we encounter a motor vehicle accident, time is always key. Badly injured patients may need to be flown by helicopter. Less injured patients may be removed from the scene and considered a lower priority. In the end, however, a fire department is only as good as it trains, so advanced training sessions like this one help ensure that when we are faced with a difficult extrication, we are ready for the challenge. Here to comment on today's training session is Lieutenant Terry Salvi from the Bedford Fire Department.
We very seldom get these large accidents, but all 3 of our communities do get these accidents. And this is an ideal opportunity to train with our 3 departments, since we're going to be running together come September 6th. The guys get to know each other, we get to know each other's tools, and we start working together, which will enable us to work a lot more efficiently should we get one of these as a real incident. And because we are mutual aid companies, I'm going to be calling Bedford Heights, I'm going to be calling Maple, and they're going to be calling me. So it's beneficial in many different ways.
Also taking part in today's exercise is Captain Steve Vashek from your Bedford Heights Fire Department.
I think the drill went great. It's nice to train with everybody, see their equipment, get to know each other. Most of it's that. Secondly, we arrive on scene and we have an accident like this, we can't do it ourselves. On arrival, we'd be calling mutual aid companies. That would be Bedford and Maple, depending on the location in Bedford Heights, but more likely it'd be one of those two departments that we would use for equipment and people power.
At times, our job can be very demanding, and we are required to adapt as the situation dictates. This training exercise was an incredibly valuable scenario that challenged our members and forced them to adapt.
We work hard to ensure the safety of those that reside and travel through our city, and we take very seriously the oath we have taken to serve the residents of Bedford Heights.